How are you viewers? How do you do? And I have an important information for Nigerian students who will be writing Jamb Utme examinations. Now, chemistry precisely. Now, chemistry has 4 aspects, and the 4 aspects of chemistry include physical chemistry, organic chemistry, inorganic chemistry, and environmental chemistry. Jamb question is 1 to 40, and research made us know that 45% of these questions are for physical chemistry, 25% will be for organic chemistry, while 17.5% is for inorganic chemistry, while the environmental aspect of chemistry will contain 12.5% of the 40 questions. So which means most of the questions in Jamb Utme chemistry are coming under physical chemistry. So emphasis actually should be laid on every aspect for a student who wants to score 320 and above.
Welcome back, viewers. We have this question, 2022 chemistry question. This is going to give us picture on what kind of question we should expect in 2023 chemistry. So now the first question here reads: the subatomic particle located in the nucleus of an atom are. So in the nucleus of an atom we have neutron and proton. Okay, so that answer that effortlessly, and that question is a physical chemistry question. Now the next question says the IUPAC nomenclature of the structure is. IUPAC means International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. So now we are asked to name these. We have CH3, CHCl, CH3, CH2, CH3. So we need to select the longest. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So 4 is the longest. So when we take number from here, 1, 2, 3, 4. On this carbon 2, we have substituent, which is a methyl group. We also have substituent, which is a chloro group. So methyl group and chloro group are substituent. So now, because C will come before M in alphabetical order, so you have to name this by saying 2-chloro, 2-methyl butane. Alright, so 2-chloro, 2-methyl butane is the answer to that. Okay, so now that question is an organic chemistry question last year. Now the third question here we have which says sulfur 4 oxide reacting with oxygen gas to give sulfur 6 oxide. In the reaction above, the most suitable catalyst is, okay, so the most suitable catalyst is vanadium 5 oxide for this reaction, which is a contact process, while some will call it diffusion cloud chamber reaction. Now the fourth question, that's a physical chemistry question. Now the fourth question here says, in the preparation of salts, the method employed will depend on the, okay, so this is also a physical chemistry question. All right, so now in preparation of salt, there are 2 things that are very, very important. You have to know the stability to heat and solubility of that salt. So for this glorious question, the answer here is stability to heat. Okay, apart from stability to heat, we also have solubility of the salt that we need to, consider before preparing the salt. And the next question here says the following non-metals form acidic oxide with oxygen except, okay, phosphorus is a non-metal. Oxide of non-metal will form, acidic oxide, which are acid anhydride. So phosphorus oxide is there, sulfur is there, chlorine is there. Chlorine oxide is also acidic. We have chlorine oxide of this nature. We have chlorine oxide of this nature. All right, but it is only one of the 3 oxide of carbon that is an exception. Okay, carbon 4 oxide is acid oxide. Carbon 6 oxide is also acid oxide. But meanwhile, carbon monoxide or carbon 2 oxide is not an acid oxide. So the answer to this question is this. All right. So now that question, okay, is an inorganic chemistry question. All right. So we move to the 6th question. The 6th question says that how many neutrons are present in atom with mass number and atomic number 37 and 17 respectively. So now we learn that mass number is equal to the sum of proton number and neutron number. The mass number is 37 and the proton number has been given, which is the atomic number. Proton number is also known as atomic number, which has been given to be 17 plus n. So to get number of neutron, we have to take away 17 from 37, and when you take away with that, you have 20 as the atomic number, which is the same as the proton number. So that kind of question is also a physical chemistry question. Okay, it's a physical chemistry question. All right, so now we move quickly into the next question. And what does it say is the sulfide that is commonly used in coating electric fluorescent tube is, okay, so quick one, answer is zinc oxide. Okay, that is sulfide used. That's also an inorganic chemistry question last year that came out. So I'm actually saying this for you to know, as a student of chemistry, to know which aspects that Jamb do lay emphasis on. Like we said earlier, that Jamb questions are 4 aspects. Okay, we have the physical chemistry, we have the inorganic chemistry, environmental chemistry, and organic chemistry. Okay, so now an organic compound which liberates carbon 4 oxide from triazocarbonate 4 solution is likely to be, okay, we have ethanol, we have methane, benzene, and ethanoic acid. Okay, and the answer is an acid, ethanoic acid. An acid will liberate carbon dioxide when they react with triazocarbonate solution. All right, so now this question is also an organic chemistry question. Then we have on the next question, which says addition of sodium chloride to water to form a solution will lead to, okay, so when you are adding sodium chloride to water, okay, to form a solution, what does it lead to? Now the boiling point is just like water. If the water is pure and clean, so now water is meant to boil at 100 degrees Celsius, but to extend the boiling of water, okay, so you have to add some particles which are not part of the water, like we have sodium chloride here. So when you add them to the boiling water, okay, I mean when you add it to water, the water will tend to boil fast. So now addition of sodium chloride to water will increase the boiling point, and when the boiling point increases, the freezing point will decrease. All right, so that is another aspect of chemistry, which is also physical chemistry. Okay, now in the next question, it said a chemical widely used as a fertilizer is that we have gelena, we have bauxite, emerald, and nitro chalk. So the answer to this question is nitro chalk is a fertilizer. Emerald is green, you use in beautifying things. Bauxite is an alloy. This is also an alloy. This is a bauxite alloy of aluminum, and this is alloy of lead or zinc. I think lead. Yeah. So now we quickly move to the next question. But meanwhile, we have to specify what kind of question is this. Is an inorganic question. Okay, so now, and the next question, which says, on the basis of the electrochemical series, which of these ions will show the greater tendency to be discharged at the cathode in an electrolytic cell? Okay, in an electrolytic cell, which one will show the tendency to be discharged? So now in the electrochemical series, those cations that are at the bottom will be discharged preferentially compared to those ones at the top. Okay, so looking at that, so it seems copper is actually below tin and others here. So now copper is the one below all of these ones. So therefore the answer to that question is copper. All right, so that is also, you know, a physical chemistry question. Okay, so we quickly move on to the next question. And what does it say is, addition of charcoal to the filter bed of sand during water treatment for township supply is to, okay, what would the answer to that be? To prevent odor. Okay, we activated charcoal is actually used to prevent odor, and at the same time it can also be used to remove coloring material that are present in the water. Now the next question says, using the metal activity series, the metal that can liberate hydrogen gas from steam is iron. Okay, iron will liberate hydrogen gas from steam. So that is also a physical chemistry question. It actually can also be inorganic chemistry question. Okay, so now we move to the next question, which is question number 14. And question number 14 says, an organic compound with fishy smell is likely to have a general formula. Okay, that is primary amines. They are fishy smell. Okay, so now that question is an organic chemistry question. Now in this next question, which actually also is a physical chemistry question, like you can see, that is an equilibrium reaction showing negative enthalpy, meaning exothermic reaction. Now from the above equation, which of these conditions will produce the highest equilibrium yield of dinitrogen 4 oxide? So dinitrogen 4 oxide in the forward reaction yield nitrogen, okay, 4 oxide, and in the reverse reaction nitrogen 4 oxide also yield dinitrogen 4 oxide. So now is an exothermic reaction. Increase in temperature will favor the backward reaction. So to produce more of dinitrogen 4 oxide, so for an exothermic reaction you have to increase the temperature. Okay, anyone that has increase in temperature, so option A and B are eliminated. So we have between option C and option D, both have high temperature. So now we look at what happened to pressure. Now the mole ratio here is 1 and at the other side is 2. Now when you increase the pressure of this system, 2 is greater than 1, so it's going to favor the backward reaction. So the answer is option D. High temperature and high pressure will increase the yield of dinitrogen 4 oxide. Now quick one, in this reaction they say what happened to zinc in the above reaction? Okay, is it oxidized, reactant, reduced, or metal? So now this is zinc here. Okay, it forms zinc chloride. All right, from there chlorine has been added to it, an electronegative element has been added to it. So oxidation is defined as the addition of electronegative element, so which means that zinc has been oxidized. Okay, in another way you can also say the oxidation state of zinc here is 0 and the oxidation state of zinc here is +2. So now it has increased from 0 to +2, meaning oxidation has occurred here, so which means zinc has been oxidized. Now the 17th question, we have an organic functional group which can likely decolorize ammoniacal silver nitrate is an alkyne. Okay, it will decolorize it. Now, in the next question, sorry, this is also an organic chemistry question, so you need to know that this is an organic chemistry question. This is not a physical chemistry. This is organic. Did I mention what aspect of chemistry is this? So this should be a physical chemistry question. Then the other one, did I mention what kind of chemistry? Yeah, physical. So let's go quickly to the next question. Now here, question number 18 says, and I read, a colored gas that is known to be poisonous and can readily damage the mucous lining of the lung is, the answer is chlorine. Is a colored gas, greenish yellow. This one is colorless. Okay, so this one does not actually damage the mucous lining. So the answer is chlorine. It is colored and at the same time it is poisonous. All right, so this is another aspect of chemistry as well, which is what physical and at the same time could also be inorganic. All right, now the next question says, in order to electroplate spoon with silver, the arrangement of the electrolytic cell is, okay, we actually want to electroplate spoon with silver. So now the anode is going to be the silver rod itself and the cathode is the spoon. Okay, so that is another aspect of chemistry, which is physical chemistry. Okay, now the next question, an organic compound which decolorizes bromine water is likely to be a multiple bond hydrocarbon, so which is an alkene. That is option D. Option D is ethene. Others are alkane. They don't decolorize bromine water. And the 21st question, we have crude oil is converted to useful products by the process of, okay, that is fractional distillation. All right, so that we have in that case. Now in the next question here, it says okay, before the next question, this equally is an organic chemistry question, and the previous one is also an organic chemistry question. Okay, so we quickly move to the next question, which I see to also be an organic chemistry question. Okay, is an organic chemistry question. What does the question say? It says an organic compounds, 67% carbon, 15.3% hydrogen, and 30.7% oxygen. Calculate the empirical formula. Then we are given the masses of those elements. So we have carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. The percentage of carbon has been given to be 69%. That of hydrogen is 15.3%, and that of carbon is 30.7%. So the masses of each, we quickly find the mole ratios. We find the mole ratio by defining the percentage composition with their relative atomic masses. Okay, so when we divide this, we got 5.75, and this is 15.3, and this is 1.918. So the smallest mole ratio is 1.918. So we divide all through by the smallest mole ratio. Okay, these two. Okay, these two. All right. So now we have that here. Then, so when we divide this by this, we got 2.99, and this divided by C, that's 1.99, and the other one there too, we got 1. So when we approximate, we have 3, then this one is 8, and that is 1. Okay, so therefore we can say the empirical formula is C3H8O. Okay, so that is an organic chemistry question. So now, what option is correct? The option correct is option D. Okay, so quick one there. Now the next question says that from the equation above, calculate the volume of unreacted oxygen gas if the mixture of 50 cm³ of hydrogen and 75 cm³ of oxygen are mixed together. So the first thing is to write the balance equation as given in the question. Okay, and that gives 2 molecules of steam. Then the mole ratios are 2 to 1 to 2. Now we are given the volume of hydrogen to be 50 cm³, and that of oxygen is 75 cm³. Okay, so now in the mole ratios, we have 2 moles of hydrogen and 1 mole of oxygen, which means that 25 cm³ of oxygen will be needed to react with 50 cm³ of hydrogen. So now, to get the unreact masses, then we have to take away 25 from 75, which is 50 cm³. All right, so it's very quite essential for you guys to try as much as possible to support this channel. Try as much as possible to support this channel. Then subscribe. By subscribing, subscribe to our channel so that you can get more of this. This will be very, very useful for you for the forthcoming exam. Now, in the next question, we have that in which of the following will hydrogen form a ionic bond, a ionic compound? Okay, so here this is covalent, except for this. So sodium is going to donate his his outermost shell to hydrogen, okay, to form a ionic or electrovalent bond, right? So now in the next question here, we have if the volume of a given mass of gas is 0 degrees Celsius, which is the same as 273 Kelvin, we have to convert. We add 0 with that. Okay, at a volume of 29.5 degrees Celsius, what will be the volume? Okay, that's the final volume now, unknown. If the gas at 15 degrees Celsius, given that the pressure remain constant, so this is T2 now, that will be 15 plus 273, and that is 288 in Kelvin. So using Charles' law, V1 over T1 equal V2 over T2. So our V1, which is the initial volume, and that is, this is 29.5 cm³. 29.5 divided by 273 equal to V2 that we're looking for, divided by T2, which is 288. So when we solve that quickly, then we discover that the answer is 31. I calculated rather that the answer is 31.1 cm³, and that is option D. Okay, so now in the next question, which says the reaction below represent neutralization reaction, in which of them is the value of change in H, that is the enthalpy, highest? So enthalpy will be highest when a strong acid reacts with a strong base. So this is a weak acid reacting with a strong base, so enthalpy cannot be highest here. This is weak base with strong acid. This is a strong acid and strong base, weak acid and strong base. So definitely option C is the correct answer, because we have a strong acid reacting with a strong base. So option C is correct there. That's a physical chemistry question. Now, in the next question, which is an environmental question, the question says a pollutant usually present in a city which generates its electricity from coal, okay, is what? Which generates its electricity from coal is smoke. All right. So now, in the next question, we have the dehydration of CH3CH2 CH2CH2OH will give dash. Now, CH3 CH2 CH2 CH2OH. Now OH is the leaving group, is going to leave, and once it leave, one of the hydrogen of the adjacent carbon will lose its hydrogen, okay, then this will come here to form a double bond. Water will be formed. Then you are left with CH3 CH2 C double bond, then CH2. So that is put one in, okay. Put one in should be the correct answer. So we don't have the correct option here. This is put 2 in. So you can't form put 2 in except the functional group is on carbon 2. If it is on carbon 2, it can form put 1 in and put 2 in. It will form 2 products, but put 2 in can never be the answer. So rather the answer to that question is put 1 in. So you have to be careful for questions like this. You might probably leave the answer without choosing negative, or if you have to choose, you can go for option D, which is the best answer, which could be the immediate answer, because these ones are alkynes, okay. So now question 29 says when heat is absorbed during chemical reaction, the reaction is said to be exothermic, okay, sorry, endothermic. When heat is absorbed from the surrounding, okay, the reaction is endothermic. Now the next question says which of the following best represent solid gas mixture? That is smoke. All right, smoke is the right answer there. Now, and the next question, they said hydrogen ion reacting with hydroxyl ion to give water. The equation above represents what? Neutralization reaction. Okay, now they said electrons enter into orbital in order of increasing energy, as exemplified by which of these equation is correct? Right, we have 1s2 2s2 2p2 2px2 2pxy 2pz. That no, this is wrong. You have to single fill before you double fill. And in this case, we have 1s2 2s2 2px1 2py1 and then 2pz1. All right, we've seen that. And the next one, 1s2 2s2 2px1 2py1 2pz1. No, 1s2 2s2 2p2. So the correct answer to this question is this. So you have to single fill the p orbitals before you double fill them. Okay, so the wrought iron is obtained by heating cast iron in a furnace with hematite. So meaning hematite plus cast iron will give us wrought iron. Okay, now in the next question, in the extraction of iron, hard hair is introduced into the blast furnace through the 2 years. Okay. So how many bonding pair are present in carbon 4 oxide? Okay, carbon 4 oxide has 4 valence electron and 1 carbon, 2 oxygen. Okay, the 2 oxygens have 2 lone pairs of electron, then 1 unpaired. So they share this, that, share this with this, share this with this to form a linear covalent bond. So the total number of bond here 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. So in carbon 4, the answer is 4. Now the next question here says 2-methyl-prop-1-ene is a structural isomer. Okay, 4 words. That is 2-methyl CH3 CH3 CH3. It contains 4 carbon. Then how many hydrogen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 4 carbon, 10 hydrogen. Okay, 4 carbon, 10 hydrogen. So which one of these options will be the best answer? 2-methyl-prop-1-ene. Oh, apologies, this is not the correct thing. Prop-1-ene. Okay, there should be a double bond there. Okay, 2-methyl. So CH3. So this is CH3. And here we have CH2. Now, the total number of carbon here is 4. And hydrogen is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, let's look at both 2-ene and check the total number of hydrogen there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is C3H8. Sorry, C4 rather, H8. And this is also C4H8. So this and these are isomer, both 2-ene and 2-methyl-prop-1-ene. Then the next question, see, alkanes are used mainly as domestic and industrial for. Now in this question, which says what volume in dm cube of water will be added to 10 cm cube of 2 mole per dm cube HCl solution to give a final solution of 0.5 mole per dm cube. Using the dilution principle, C1V1 equals C2V2. So C1 is 2. Okay, what volume of oxygen? Then C1 is 2, V1 is 10 dm cube equal to C2 is 0.5 multiplied by V2, which we don't know yet. So this is 20 equal to 0.5 V2. So you divide both sides by 0.5. So that V2 is equal to 40 dm cube. Alright, but meanwhile, so the volume that will be, what volume of water will be added to this HCl solution to give a final solution? So the volume that will be added will be 40 dm cube. Alright, so had it been, they said what will be the resulting volume, but they said the one which will be added. But if it is resulting, you have to add this 40 to the 10 here to get 50. But they said what volume will be added. Okay, so the question is very clear there. Now we have a table in the next question. Gases: carbon 4 oxide, nitrogen gas, and oxygen gas. Percentage by volume: 4, 72, and 24. Okay, for each of those gases. And the question says the above table shows the composition of the atmosphere of planet X. Which of these gases are present in the highest proportion on Earth? So regardless of planet X, they're asking for Earth now. So the answer is nitrogen and oxygen gas. Okay, nitrogen and oxygen gas are present and the most in air. Okay, why? Because nitrogen is 78% and oxygen is 21%. Now the final question says, add water is water with high concentration of dissolved ion, in particular calcium and magnesium ion. All right, so that's it. So try as much as possible to subscribe to this channel, and if you have any question bothering you or you need online lessons, so do not hesitate to give us a call. All right.